Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo Ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius Moon, born in the year of the Metal Ram. All the possible Western Sun and Moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in an Earth sign. Basically motivated by material needs and practicality. Recharges energy through working with the physical world, being productive, and feeding the senses. The Sun in the signs, interpretive guidelines. Sun in Capricorn. Creative energy colored by self-control, caution, traditionalism. Essentially values hard work, authority, and achievement. Needs to work single-mindedly and with discipline toward well-defined goals in order to fully express self. Level of vitality is affected and sense of individuality is developed by one's ability to assume responsibility. Flow of creative expression can be frozen by pessimism, a cynical attitude, or too much concern with respectability and appearances. The Moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the Moon's sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The Moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in air signs. Reacts to changing experiences with forethought and objective evaluation. Feels comfortable with self when expressing ideas and interacting socially. Sign position of the Moon. How one reacts based on subconscious predisposition. Moon in Gemini. Reacts quickly, perceptively, changeably, with unending curiosity. Feels secure in responding to a variety of mental stimuli and in being involved in more than one activity at a time. Adapts to change by using the mind and making connections. Communicates about inner emotional life. A need to verbalize emotions in order to feel connected with them. Sense of security can be deterred by emotional energy scattered in many directions. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science, copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Gemini. Versatile, shrewd, and critical. Dual forces and subconscious. Superficial. Because it is the 12th house sign of Cancer, which is moon ruled, the Gemini moon can be its own worst enemy. Needs to be honest. Restless in search for truth. Needs to look beneath the surface. Longing for knowledge. Spread themselves too thin and scatter their forces. Unless Saturn or Scorpio is strong, can waste tremendous energy in chattering. Jittery nervous system. Torn apart by changing feelings which reflect in nervous tension. Too strong a tie with relatives. Not a free agent if they cling too long to family pattern. In a male chart, attracts a nervous and high-strung mate. Sun-Moon Alchemy. The elemental combinations of the sun sign and the moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. Copyright Charles and Susie Harvey, 1994, again in 2003. First published by Aquarian, 1994. Each sun-moon type is a combination of elements. In the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a fire-earth combination refers equally to sun-fire, moon-earth, as it does to sun-earth, moon-fire. There will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. Earth-air combinations. This combination produces a productive, rational personality which can be both innovative and efficient. The challenge of being up in the air and down to earth at the same time is that of bringing together abstract thought with the nitty-gritty issues of getting on in the world. These two elements combine easily and make for a clear-headed, objective, and scientific approach. This is the temperament of the practical idealist who observes, thinks, plans a course of action, and then acts. American President John F. Kennedy, with his sun in Gemini and moon in Virgo, is an example of this combination and expresses the lunar instinct to give service to a rational, well-considered ideal in his famous injunction, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." When the sun is in earth and the moon is in air, the conscious, rational impulse is to get to grips with reality, to build, consolidate, and organize with the logical instinct to make one's efforts as humane and far-reaching as possible. There's often a dry sense of humor and a capacity to use language with adroit accuracy. The late American poet Carl Sandburg, sun in Capricorn, moon in Aquarius, had a talent for using colloquialisms, which is characteristic of this combination, and his view of slang expresses this down-to-earth communicative ability. Slang is a language that rolls up its sleeves, spits on its hands, and goes to work. Shadow. The earth-air individual is adept at mastering the mundane world, learning how things work and then applying their knowledge in many different and normally useful ways. They can, however, easily lose touch with the less quantifiable things of life, such as emotions. When this happens, they risk the danger of becoming dry as dust and stuck in the pragmatic, cost-effective, scientific approach. Relationships. This type enjoys communicating and being helpful, and tends to get on well with most people at a practical, social level. They will find predominantly fire and water types either alien or fascinating, but either way, the latter would enable the earth-air person to contact the more mysterious and emotional, irrational parts of their personality. The earth-air individual seeks rational rapport in a relationship, and they're very supportive and adaptable, but they need help in learning how to discover and share their feelings. Male versus female. This is a very androgynous combination, encouraging both the supportive skills associated with natural female roles and the intellectual skills of the male. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William Yu Wei's Cosmic Astrology, copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Gemini, absorbed sponge. You are a thinker. You have a broad range of interests that lead you to forever try new ideas and theories. Putting some of those novel ideas into practice is probably a strong desire for you. You want to advance in the world, like all Capricorns, and fortunately for you, you have the aptitude to do that. You know how to plan because you are bright as well as philosophical, so on the way up the ladder, no one will get in your way. In addition, you love to learn new things. In actuality, that calm and traditional persona is a very agitated and self-determining individual, even though you may seem rather predictable. You are lively and versatile. Capricorns are always aware of their own minds, even with the frequent changes. You are likely to wander far and wide because of your longing for variety and innovation. God for you is knowledge. Although tradition and old values are things you have an enduring admiration for, you are always searching for new means of thought. It is a rare Capricorn Gemini who can sit still for any period, and internal restlessness keeps you moving. You are not particularly good at concentrating. You find it very hard to focus your abilities, no matter how smart you are. You should try cultivating a steady point of view and directing your knowledge in one direction. You become perplexed and are never certain what to do when faced with a very emotional situation. Instant explanations can be a way of handling your sudden rush of feelings. Be careful not to over-intellectualize. Occasionally allow yourself to be influenced by passion. You are a hard worker like all Capricorns, and your vocation is too often allowed precedence over everything else in life. Even when thinking about a holiday weekend, you can have nothing but work on your mind. In the final analysis, you may have difficulty deciding where you stand because your interests are so diverse and you are so open to any new theory. After you have tapered down your involvements and activities, you are able to achieve success. Doing things too quickly is another issue for the Capricorn Gemini. Impatience is the problem. You get puzzled when your labors do not reward you immediately. You want applause right now and seek instant satisfaction and acknowledgement. You may end up assigning responsibility to dutiful underlings because you are in such a hurry to get where you want to go. Detachment is part of your character. Notes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign, Moon Sign. Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Gemini. Your greatest strengths. Inventive and studious intellect. The breadth of your interests and enthusiasms. Essentially hard-working and serious inner core. Capacity to move with grace and flair in many different circles. A droll sense of humor. Your greatest weaknesses. An overemphasis of the rational, which deprives you of emotional maturity. Tendency to be satisfied with a pragmatic but surface understanding of people and things in general. Your love of playing jokes on others but hating being laughed at yourself. Flippant but innocent pomposity. Images for integration. An aged philosopher wins first prize in an international crossword puzzle competition. A traveling salesman wins an award. A college don reads the letters section of the paper while eating breakfast.